Welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. This evening, I'm joined by my guests, Gordon Heath and Josh Piavasana. I will be doing Villa versus Manchester United pre-match talk show. It's so great to have both of you on the podcast. I'll start off with you first. I'll start off with you first, Josh. How are you?
Yeah, not doing too bad. Looking forward to this weekend's game against Man United, and I think especially okay, it wasn't the greatest game on Tuesday against Fulham, but the important thing is we had the 3 points there.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see you at the game on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's always nice to see you. Always coming from Sale at half time, and if I can try and get up to see you before the game.
Yeah, it was nice to have a chat.
Always a pleasure.
Gordon, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Chad. Yeah, not so bad. I also see you down the Villa, but I'm a bit far away, so I can't come and say hello.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the north stand to your left, and you're kind of angled to the right, so you don't see me. But I always come and see you there.
Yeah, I got good seats at the Villa. Maybe time to renew them soon.
Yeah.
And the season ticket prices have gone up.
I mean, with the prices going up, I guess we can look past that with how we're actually playing at the moment, because we are playing.
Well, mind you, there's a reason behind it. Because we could get some better players and get in Europe as well.
Yeah.
Gordon,
that's another thing we're looking forward to.
How's the dodgy knee?
I'm all right, actually. Yeah, I'm off my crutches, so I'm managing to walk about. It's very stiff when I stand up, but yeah, it's on the mend. I was there because I missed the Brentford game.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Forest game and the Newcastle game. The best performance of the decade, and I wasn't there because I couldn't.
Absolutely incredible.
But I was there.
I've had a lot of friends who are Newcastle and Villa fans. I've got a couple on both sides and that, and they've said to me, one of the Newcastle fans that I'm actually friends with, he said that was the best he's seen us play since the days of Martin O'Neill.
We was all over Newcastle. You played them out the park. So I'll start off with you, Gordon. What did you think of the Brentford match?
Well, I wasn't surprised, to be honest. I mean, Brentford at home, difficult team to beat. I think it's 10 games, or is it 11 games now? They're unbeaten at home. They set themselves up to be really difficult to break down. And they've got pace up front as well. I mean, that, what's his name, Mbuemo, he's such a strong physical player, and we really struggled to deal with him. He's such an aggressive forward.
Oh, they've got Ivan Toney. The Ivan Toney, he's absolute quality as well. Not as good as Watkins, though.
Yeah, he's... Who is?
Haaland, maybe, but we'll look past that.
But yeah, I think Brentford, they're a decent side. They're a really good top half team. They actually beat a lot of the big teams as well.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the result they had last night as well against Chelsea.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Thomas Frank's a good manager.
Yeah, it's nice to see them doing well, and I think going back to what Gordon said, they set themselves up to be difficult to actually play against, and okay, maybe on another day we get the 3 points. But looking at how we're playing and where we're sat in the table at the moment, I think it's actually a really good point to come away with.
Well, it's a really good point away from home. Because that was last season under Steven Gerrard. We probably would have lost that game.
Yeah. You know, I was just talking to my mum and dad about this actually. If we'd have still had Steven Gerrard in charge, I think we would have probably been somewhere down the bottom of the table.
Yeah, oh yeah, relegation battle, definitely. Yeah. But Unai Emery, he's incredibly turned it around.
Oh, the way he's come in and turned it around and, you know, got the fans and players sort of believing in the football club again, which is really good.
Well, what it is now, every time you, as a Villa fan now, look, when you go to Villa Park, you always expect us now to win,
Yeah.
rather than worrying about the game.
And I
Yeah,
think
carry on.
I think that was the thing when we first had Gerrard in charge, where it was all like, okay, maybe he might do a job, but then we had 1 or 2 decent games, and that was it. Whereas Unai Emery's coming, and we seem to go, oh, hang on a second, you know, maybe we might actually get a result from this game.
Well, we've gone from 16th in the table to 5th in the league. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, to go from 17th and you're now 5th in the league, you're like, how's that happened?
Pinch me.
I think we all want to be pinched, Gordon, because we're all in a dreamland at the moment.
I'm having dreams about European football at night, I am.
I've got my passport ready, Chad.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need a passport, definitely. So, Gordon, I'll give you the next question. Do you think we need a new substitute goalkeeper? Do you think Robin Olsen? He's very nervous and shaky.
It's really difficult not to be rude.
Yeah, that's not say too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, I don't even think he's like a fourth keeper. You know, he's just, I don't know how he was scouted and recruited, because he's never, you know, the times when Martinez was injured last year and he had a spell of games in the first team, we just had, I mean, you know, the 4 in front of him were so nervous and shaky themselves because they knew there wasn't somebody there behind them to help them out. His ball control, you know, the ball at his feet was terrible. I think he got done with a few nutmegs as well. Crosses into the box. He doesn't command that box at all.
He makes me feel nervous.
Without a shadow of a doubt, yeah. It's when the team news comes out and you see that Martinez is falling, or when you see Olsen coming on after half time,
Yeah.
you just think, you know, the chances of us winning this game have just gone down.
But always remember his debut against Man City at the end of last season. He's knocked his confidence a lot of the games he's played in.
Yeah, but you need somebody that's going to step up, and
You do.
you know you need somebody that's almost as good enough to be a first team keeper. That's the thing. That's what you need, and that's going to be really difficult to recruit because, you know, if you get an established goalkeeper who's playing regularly, they're not going to be somebody's one. They're not going to want to be somebody's number 2. So we've got to have to kind of, you know, it's a really difficult position to recruit a second goalkeeper. It might almost be, you know, I think we should be looking really at the youth team as well and seeing, you know, we've got Sinisal, who's, I think that's how you pronounce his name, you know, in the...
You should give him an opportunity.
Yeah, he's a quality keeper. I've seen him play a few times in the reserves, and he's been really, really impressive. You know, I know it's a different level in the Premier League, but you know, it like I say, it's just a difficult position to recruit to. So, you know, but yes, the answer to your question is yes, we definitely do need a reserve keeper.
That's it, because I think the mistakes cost us games.
I mean, you only have to go back and look at what happened against Brentford.
Oh, yeah.
first thing he did was nearly drop the ball. So, I mean, it's a shame because I think with the right sort of goalkeeping coach, he might actually become a really good goalkeeper. But it's just,
Of
as
course.
Gordon said, it's difficult because of who he's understudy to.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll move on from Robin Olsen now. Is Douglas Luiz an important part of our team?
Ooh. Do you want to answer this one, Gordon?
I think he's absolutely integral, and I think there's a reason why last season when Arsenal were trying to poach him, and even like on deadline day, Arsenal fans were all, saying it's a done deal, he's coming to Arsenal, and then he mysteriously signs a 5-year contract with Villa. They know what's going on behind the scenes. He knew he wanted to stick around because he knew that the Villa revolution was about to happen. We've tried a few times, but I mean, I love the guy. I think he's brilliant, and I think he's still young. He's still young, and he can dictate games. I mean, the way he throws the ball around. He's at the moment.
Yeah.
He's got Den Donker by the side of him, and Den Donker's a sideways player, so he's seen a lot of the ball, and I think he's got a really good footballing brain. His little flicks and that. He can find somebody. If he makes a pass, he
Yeah.
really finds. And I think he's absolutely instrumental to
Well, he's a crucial part to our team, especially in that midfield. He's got great vision.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I hope he's here for many years to come.
No, definitely.
Well, thank God. Well, thank God Arsenal didn't get him.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think that would have been a bit difficult for us. But as Gordon said there, when he first came into the squad a few years ago, he wasn't the best of midfielders. But now it's almost like, now that we've got a new manager, it's kind of I actually feel like I'm playing with a bit of confidence, and you can see that in the way he's playing his games and passing the ball around.
Well, I think with Douglas Luiz now, he's starting to show his real true potential.
Yeah.
He's a Brazilian international. But he's a big part of Brazil's side.
He's always had it. Like I say, he's still quite young and developing. And when we got him from Man City on loan, Man City do loan out their players. Because they've got an extensive loan system.
Yeah.
And the fact that he wants to stay at Villa rather than return, the deadline passed for him to be able to return that, or the buyback clause. That's what it was, wasn't it? And the deadline passed for them to invoke that clause. So it shows that he's committed to Villa. And, I think he's here to stay.
And with that, I'll go to the Brentford goal that we scored against them. Douglas Luiz is in the right place at the right time, especially in the box.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's. Sorry, go on.
Like with that goal, okay, he wasn't playing the greatest of games, but as you said, Chad, he's in the right spot at the right time.
That's it. He is always there.
And we get the point that maybe we didn't deserve, but yet we've come away with a point which is better than nothing.
Well, a sign of a good team is when you don't play your best and you still get results.
Yeah.
And also, we're still unbeaten as well.
Well, not only unbeaten, Chad, we've conceded 3 goals in those 10 games that we've.
Oh no, clean sheets as well, yeah.
Yeah, and one of those was a penalty, so we've only conceded 2 goals from open play in 10 games. And
Well, I think defensively we're very solid.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I was reading something about the goals that we've conceded, and I think that the last 5 home games that we played, we've actually kept a clean sheet in every single one of the last 5 home games.
That's amazing form, that is amazing. So I'll start with the Fulham game next. What is your verdict from Tuesday's match?
Well, I was watching it at the time as we were,
Mhm.
and I was thinking, this is such a slow game.
Yeah.
Passing it across the back line a lot. There was no intensity or anything like that, and it was a bit frustrating and boring to watch. But when I came away, I was thinking,
Mhm.
we've got a lot of injuries that Unai Emery's not complaining about at all.
Of course.
He's not even talking about the players that aren't in the squad at the moment. But what we've got is quite a fragile squad, and I think they approached that game fantastically. Out of at the time, the 6 games that we had left,
Mhm.
that was probably going to be the easiest one.
Yeah.
And I think their directive from Unai Emery was,
Mhm.
don't play 100-mile-an-hour football. We've got bigger games coming up. They're coming thick and fast. I need you fit. I can't let you
Yeah.
get injured. Just slow the game right down, play it at a slow pace, don't risk anything. And I think if Fulham had have scored, which they did, but it was
Yeah.
disallowed, but had they have scored and it got to 1-1, we could easily have
Mhm.
turned up the tempo. So I think it was a very purposely set out game to be slow and be
Well, I reckon they'll save you the energy
Yeah.
for the Manchester United game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
I like to
we've
see
lost.
that from Villa because they showed more their defensive side of their game,
Yeah,
but
and
men behind the ball.
yeah, and it's nice to not rush everything as a lot of the fans want us to, because there's no point in lumping the ball forward and then it doesn't go to anyone. If you can kill the pace of the game and control it and keep it controlled, 95% of the time you're going to win the game. And
But that's what I like with Unai Emery. I like our possession style of football.
yeah, no,
We move
definitely.
it quickly as well.
When we need to, yeah. And again, as Gordon said, it wasn't the greatest of games. It did feel like it lacked intensity, but I think at this time the 3 points is more important.
So okay, they'll start off with who was your player of the match? I
Ooh.
think Moreno, in my opinion. It's tough though.
Yeah, I think Moreno as well. He did have a really good game.
Oh, I've got to say Mings for a goal and a clean sheet.
Well, yeah, he did. To be fair, he was very good as well.
Yeah. He gets it for me. But I think officially it went to Dougie, didn't it? He got player of the match.
I think so, yeah. I think he
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
but well, not Tyrone Mings. The way he carries the ball forward for his team now. We haven't seen that side of his game before.
No. And I think what Unai's actually done there is told him to stop kicking the ball forward and actually control it and keep it under control.
Yeah. Well, he said that in an interview when Unai first came in, that he's been asked to do things he's never been asked to do before as a central defender, and you can see that it's almost like Rio Ferdinand type player coming forward, bringing the ball forward, coming out with it, and instead of doing a diagonal, 50-yard ball, it's
Well, Mings is a complete different player under Unai Emery compared to what else with Steven Gerrard is there.
No, 100%. I think the whole team's improved so much under Unai Emery.
Well, both of you, I'll read out some interesting stats. So Aston Villa are the first team to score in every 20 games with a new head coach in the first 20 games.
yeah.
And also, we are fifth in the league, which I keep looking at the table, I do. I still can't believe it.
No, I don't think any of us can. I think even I still keep looking at the table. And as you alluded to there, Chad, we scored in each of the 20 games that Unai Emery's managed. But that just shows it's the same squad as we had under Steven Gerrard. Some of the
Yeah.
players I think are the same we had under Dean Smith as well. And it just shows you how some different head coaches approach the games differently, and it's allowing us to play free-flowing football.
It is, as a fan, I mean, we absolutely love watching this attractive football. And we're 10 matches unbeaten again, like I said.
Yeah.
I still can't help getting nervous when we start playing out from the back. It is getting better, but because we're Villa fans and we're not used to, nice things don't happen to us over the past 10 years.
Well, what it is, I think Unai Emery, he likes that style, I think. Building up from the back.
Yeah.
But it can only get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see long balls anymore. But you see, the thing is, the Fulham game was set up for long balls because both teams played such a high line. I noticed one time during the game, the whole of the outfield players, all 20 of them, were within the diameter of the centre circle, across the width like that, across the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Centre circle pace. And with the pace of Watkins and Emma, it would have been good to have the occasional ball over the top and spring their offside trap. And we probably would have got more goals, but that would have burnt a lot more energy. And like I say, I think we purposely slowed the game down and told players not to do, lung busting runs and things like that.
Well, look at Man City. I'm not comparing us to Man City, but the way they play out from the back. Look how successful they are with Pep Guardiola.
Yeah. A lot of teams that play out from the back, it's attractive football.
Yeah.
And it's unpredictable as well. When you start playing long balls all the time, teams know how to beat you.
It's too predictable.
Yeah, I think that's been the secret of the success is that we're not predictable anymore.
And I think one game where that was shown was the Newcastle game, because there was times in that game that we was playing slow football, but then all of a sudden one of our players are going and it's balls far through the middle of the pitch.
Yeah. And actually, we're keeping the ball a lot better now. And we moved it quickly as well.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we did that against Fulham, but as Gordon...
Yeah, not as quick. No, not that game, no.
As Gordon said, I think that was purposefully set up to be a slow game so that we wasn't burning the energy unnecessarily.
Well, I'll move on to the next question. How do you compare Martin O'Neill's Villa team to Unai Emery's Villa team? Who would win if they played each other?
Ooh.
Who would Ashley Young play for?
Wow, you saying that, I actually seem to think it was a couple of days ago, this time in 2008, Ashley Young had actually won the PFA Young Player of the Year award.
Wow, that's good memories, that is.
And he doesn't look any different.
No.
He's just still playing at such a high level. He's in such peak physical condition for a 38-year-old.
I mean, I absolutely admire him. He's a massive leader for us as well.
Yeah. I'd give him another year. I'd give him another contract, and then I'd get him onto the backroom staff.
Because what it is, all the other players look up to Ashley Young.
But I think going back to your question about Martin O'Neill's team versus
Yes.
team, I think this team would. I mean, it's a different game now. Even in the
Of course.
in the sort of 12 years or so, it's a completely different game, and the levels of energy and fitness. Do you think we used to have Gabby Bonlahor and John Carew up front? They were hardly marathon.
Yeah.
So I think our existing team would probably play a different part.
Because what it is, with Martin O'Neill's team, He played 4-4-2. We lost it and on the horse pace.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Mings would handle him.
Yeah.
Does it? Because I think this is probably the best team Villa team I've seen in absolute years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think, barring the team that we went on the 10-game winning streak with, this is probably one of the Villa sides that I've actually enjoyed watching for a season.
Of course. They'll probably teach John Gregory as well.
Mm.
Because he did a good job at Villa back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, the few managers have, but they haven't all been bad. I mean, Brian Little won a trophy.
Of course, Brian Little, yeah.
Yeah, he's my boyhood hero. He was the first player I saw score a win.
Yeah.
Was Brian Little, 1978.
Oh, that's a good memory. He's an absolute legend, he is.
Yeah. Down at Ashton Gate.
First.
Okay, so we'll go to the next question now. What do you expect from Manchester United on Sunday?
Given the way we're playing at the moment, I think we can beat them. But knowing that Man United can play the way they can under Erik ten Hag, I think it's going to be set up to be a really interesting game.
I think it'd be an end-to-end game. With a lot of goals as well, I think.
Only on the one side, Chad.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah.
Well, they've got Marcus Rashford back as well, and he's going to always be a handful. But we've got two. I mean, they're playing tonight. Thursday night and then again on Sunday. We've got 2 games recovery over them.
So hopefully they might be a bit tired.
Yeah, I think we might see a bit of squad rotation as well. So hopefully all that'll work in our favour.
So how do we deal with Marcus Rashford?
Kick him as soon as he gets the ball.
I don't know. I think whoever's on that right side for us in defence is going to have to have the wits about them. I'd like to see Ashley Young up there for as long as he can be in that position. I think we're really missing Matty Cash. I don't know how long he's out for now, or whether I thought he was due back.
Yeah, we really miss Matty Cash.
Yeah, so I think Ashley's going to have his work cut out. I think what we need to do is just try and cut off the supply to him.
Of course, yeah.
He can go quiet in games if he's not getting the ball, and I think that's probably where it will need to start.
Good, Marcus Rashford. He makes good runs in behind the defence. Because if we don't play a high line, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see how it works out because, we beat them at Villa Park and
Of course.
hopefully we'll do the same again.
Yeah, I don't think we should fear Manchester United.
I don't.
They're not a team they used to be.
I don't think we should fear many teams now because of the way we're set up to play.
What will be interesting is because every time we play Man United, I always think, right, 76th minute, Bruno Fernandes goes down in the box, he manages to swindle a penalty, and they win 1-0. And I've had that in my head for a long time in Man United. Then when
most of the pundits, they'll be supporting Man United probably.
Well, when we beat them at Villa Park, that was Ronaldo's last game, so that's always going to be memorable.
Memorable, yeah.
For Man United fans and for us, and I'm sure for Ronaldo as well, because he went off in a right strop.
Yeah. Does anyone know if Fernandes is actually playing this weekend?
You know what? I haven't checked. I think he's still playing. I think.
Can't see why not. Is he in the team for tonight?
And also, he probably put it over out the ground. Didn't really kick that penalty out the ground.
That's actually come up on my social media feed earlier. I was laughing at that.
We hit it right over the bar, and we got away with it that day, luckily.
And that was when Martinez got himself into a bit of trouble.
Oh,
He,
yes.
he got
I
fined
remember
for
that.
the celebration, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But what I like about Martinez, he wastes time as well.
Yeah, but
I, I was I was just going to say, I think when he wasted a lot of time, and then we conceded a goal, and Unai Emery almost called him out on Match of the Day in the interview and said, that was it. He went up for a
yeah,
corner, didn't he? It was
Oh, yeah.
he went up for a corner, and it resulted in them scoring another goal because he had an open net to walk into, and. Since then, I've noticed his antics have really calmed down. I've been watching for that, and he does hold on to the ball a bit long, and he did get booked again on Tuesday for time wasting. But it's nowhere near like it was before. Diving on top of the ball and lying there for 10 seconds and that sort of thing.
what did he actually
God,
get booked for on
yeah.
Tuesday? Because I know he'd wasted a little bit of time, but for me, I didn't personally think he'd wasted that much time.
But I think what had happened was Dougie had set up to take the free kick, and he was just about to, and then Martinez said, no, you go up and I'll take it. So although Martinez didn't actually take long to take the free kick was ready to be taken, and they changed the plan. He stood back for a while, and then the ref
Yeah.
God, what it is, I know some people don't like it. It's the dark arts of the game, though. You need that to take the pressure off yourself.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, the story is, when Fernandes ballooned that penalty over the bar, Martinez was saying to Ronaldo in front of Fernandes, no, you should be taking it. You should be taking it. Because he'd noticed that they were bickering with each other all through
Oh,
the game,
yeah.
and they weren't. So before that penalty was taken, Martinez got in both of their heads, and it resulted in Fernandes missing his.
It's mind games, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll go on to the next question. What do you think of Eric Ten Hag?
I think he's a great coach.
Do you think he's probably the best one I've had in a long time?
I don't know, Chad. To be honest, I haven't focused on Man United that much this season.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're in the Champions League spots. They must be doing something right. They're in the final of the FA Cup.
And also, they won the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
They finally got a trophy.
Yeah. So they must be doing something right. I think generally what I read on social media, Man United fans are happy with him.
Yeah, well, he's a decent coach. He's not too bad.
Nah.
Well, I'll go on to the next question now. What should be our game plan against Man United? How should we approach the game?
Slow it down a bit. Slow it down, but not to the extent we did against Fulham.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to say the exact opposite. I'm going to say they're going to be really tired after tonight.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of rest. And I reckon a high press, high intensity, stick it up them, and they won't like it. And I think a hard press against them. And I think that's why we played slow against Fulham.
Of course.
On Sunday, I think we'll see the vigour that we saw against Newcastle.
I think we should play a bit like we did against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Get on the front foot straight away.
I mean, obviously we're away from home, so it's a different matter. But our away
Of course.
form's been great. We've been quite counter-attacking, and I think that's what we'll see.
Well, I'd like us to see it against Man United. Keep more possession, I think. You can't do what we did against Fulham.
No.
Yeah, and I just hope Harry Maguire's playing.
Oh, yeah. Well, before I bring the podcast to a close, I've also, just to let you know, I've got a special guest lined up on Tuesday,
Who have we got?
and it's a surprise. Not a surprise,
I thought you were going to
but
do it on video.
it's quite a good guest. But so look out for that one on Tuesday.
Will do.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and comment to tell me what your thoughts are. Also, please remember to subscribe. Thank you, Gordon and Josh, for
No
your
problem,
time.
Chad. Always enjoyable.
And the last thing to say is, up the Villa, come on, boys.
Yep.